It's time to get up. It's time to get up. It's time to get up. Yeah. It's time to get moving. It's time to get up. Yeah. It's time to get moving. Hey. I'm up.
I love hanging with smart people. They're always exposing me to new experiences. I really love when I'm exposed to new words. Like, I'll be listening to them like, ooh, you got a word for me today? Because I got to treat new words like how rich people treat exotic cars. You know, they take their car out, drive it around the street, even though nobody watches. That's how I do. You give me a word, I'm bringing it up every chance I get. Huh? One of my favorite words is communicative, if you didn't know. I like the communicative all day, which is really, it's an exquisite way of just saying communicate, but it sounds better when we say communicative. And so I've added it to all my email signatures, right? I'm like, brought to you communicatively by Allison Moore. And now my voicemail even has, greetings, thanks for calling Allison Moore. Please be communicative on this voicemail message. Today we're gonna be communicative. You ain't think that was funny? That is funny to me. We communicative all day. Thanks for joining us. And now listen, I have another fun and inspirational show that's right ahead of us. We're giving out communicative audience and accolades. I can't say communicative and long words at the same time, so I need to figure that out. But we're giving out our audiences some communicative accolades to boost the spirits. There's a message of growth from Dr. Alvean Lyons. Listen, she comes and she slays our interview today. And then we got a sketch with, glamour. It's glamour. All right, y'all, don't go nowhere. I'm going to see you right after the break. It's the More Laughing in the Morning show, communicatively. Oh, happy day. I'm sorry. You didn't ask for that. You did not ask for me to start off that way, and I'm sorry. Welcome back to the More Laughing in the Morning show. I am your host, comedian Allison Moore. I am Virginia's comedienne. 2 up, 2 down. Wait for it. Okay, listen. I am also a very cool cornball. No, it's not. No, that's it. I am also everybody's hype girl. Today I'm feeling very karaoke-ish, so I'm also a karaoke professional. And hey, we are glad that you are here, ready to be hyped up and be karaoke-alized in this communicative segment of this here show. Let's get to it. All right, I'm committed to seeing y'all win, y'all. As you can see, I'm for real about this, and that's kind of what I want to talk to you about today. You got your coffee? I got my mug. Over the past few weeks, I've been emphasizing hashtag growth mode, right? Because that's what season 2 is about, hashtag growth mode. In season 1, I wanted to include you on that journey because that journey was from social media to TV. Many of you know we started this in the kitchen of my home at the beginning of COVID, and now we here. Started from the bottom, now we here. And I see you setting your eyes on the prize so that you too can sing. Started from the bottom, now we here. Oh, sorry. You might not want to do that part of the choreography, but hey, it's fun. Try it. Okay. Now look, I know that you got stuff because we all got stuff. And then we identify with them stuffs with the quickness. You started knocking out those SMART goals. You got a handle on that procrastination, right? We've been working on different things like the perspective and smiling. That's pretty major. I think there's one important thing that I failed to mention, and that's pausing for acknowledgement and celebration, y'all. Look, we've been talking about stuff all these last couple of weeks, and I forgot to tell y'all, we have to stop, acknowledge, and celebrate our wins. And so this is what we're going to do today. Because look, Oprah, y'all know Oprah, I love me some Oprah. Oprah said it like this: the more you praise and celebrate your life, the more there is to celebrate. And I hope that's what she said, because the way this teleprompter is moving. Oprah, if you are listening, because I'm sure you probably want to watch me, I hope I said it right. Queen, if I messed it up, you could still bring me on the own channel. I promise I will not mess up your quotes. I promise you I won't do it. Harpo, you see, I've been learning all your lines. Anyway, all right, y'all, so look. Right now, it's 2020. Life is hard. And I know you probably sitting there like, man, I wish I could. Or if it wasn't so, and how did I get here? Because that's normal. That's what we do. We're hard on ourselves. We talked about that a couple of days ago. But sometimes we got to say, you know what? But you did brush your teeth this morning, or you did finish the class, or you did whatever the thing that you did do. And that's what we're going to do today. We're celebrating. We celebrate, y'all. Okay. All right. So normally the team, they be bringing me all kinds of weird stuff. But today we got cupcakes to celebrate because I want to celebrate you. Hold on. We got to go over to the producer. We got, what are cupcakes? We got, I forgot to tell you. Excuse me. Give me a moment. So how you doing today while we open up these props? Was this a, okay, there we go. Hold on, y'all. Hold on. Here on the More Laughing in the Morning show, we like to encourage each other, and today I want to celebrate you. I got some icing on here, but I really want to lick my finger, but that is so gross. That is so gross. But if I was at home and y'all won't hear, I'd do it. Would you like one? You've done a great job. I know sometimes you may not feel like it because I give you a hard time, but you did a great job. And I think it's really important sometimes to just check in, like celebrate yourself, encourage yourself. I got a song on my heart. Can I sing it? Sometimes you have to encourage yourself. That's what we got to do. Encourage ourselves. That's what I want you to do. Spend some time today, tomorrow, encouraging yourself, celebrating yourself, having success, right? Enjoying your success. Small or large, you could put that in there. I think that this is a good time to start. Let's do it. This celebration situation is a really big deal, and I got some more things coming up for us on today's show. We got This Time Next Year right after this. Now listen, This Time Next Year interview is so amazing. We have Dr. Alvean Lyons here. She's Virginia's relationship expert. She's a leadership consultant. She's going to drop it down because your girl got questions about how in the world we supposed to have these love lives up in here in COVID and the cold and recruiting and all. I got questions. So I'll meet you on the yellow couch right after. I ain't got no couch. That's by face. I'll meet you on the yellow chair right after the break. Welcome back, y'all. Ooh, your girl is so excited about today's interview. All right, so those of you who followed us from season 1, we were in the kitchen doing what we had to do, started from the bottom, now we're here. And we had Dr. Alvean Lyons who joined us from season 1. And I asked the queen to come on back, y'all, because she's my big sis and I need her. And so I'm so excited about having Dr. Alvean Lyons here on the yellow chair. Okay, so listen. Thank you for coming. In the first season, we talked about like the friendship, relationship aspect. But this time, I really want to switch gears a little bit and get you to kind of school us. And we need to talk romance. Romance, please. Man.
You know I believe in it.
I know. And I got some, I'm not so excited about the love field. And so I try not to touch on it because, and so can you help us? So a couple of things that I really want to know. How, I mean, it's getting chilly outside. Like a lot of my monologues and things about being cold and fall and whatever. But people be cuddling around this year. What am I supposed to do? How do you cuddle in COVID in the fall?
Listen, let me tell you what I worry about. Because see, sometimes the thing about us as women is we can't tell the difference between a blanket and a boa constrictor. Okay? Everything that wraps tight around you isn't good for you.
Everything?
Not everything. Okay. So it's important that even during our times that we really are looking for someone, that we are equally as discerning about who it is we allow into our space. Think about it like when you go grocery shopping, right? You know, if you go grocery shopping when you're hungry, you are far more likely to put a whole bunch of garbage inside of your cart.
I'm trying to get here. I need to understand the science, the scoop, the magic, the all things behind how can we as women, men, people, period, strengthen themselves, make themselves whole, unhungry, whatever, less hungry, before they go shopping.
I need you to be able to enjoy your own company. See, what happens too often is we look for people to be able to make enough noise that we don't have to deal with the silence in our own hearts and our own minds, right? We're looking for people to distract us from ourselves. And if you don't like the quiet space in you, that's going to be problematic inside of a relationship. Because you'll be looking for somebody else to fill your bucket, to make the happiness, to create the moment for you, that you have to have the autonomy personally to create a lot of that for yourself. Because whole people do whole relationships. Broken people do broken relationships. So what the condition that we're in on the inside has everything to do with what we're going to experience between us and another person. Now, I'm not talking about perfect people. There are no perfect people out there. So I'm not saying you've got to go get it together and you have to be flawless before you can find a somebody. A lot of us are going to grow together with a somebody. But it is to say that you need to at least have taken enough time. If you were in a relationship before, particularly if it's a longer one, take a little time to be with yourself before you get into the next relationship.
Divine time.
Okay. And that's different for everybody. That time in between is the same thing as me saying, give yourself time to grieve. Yeah. Because that thing, the understanding of whatever that relationship was, the rules of that relationship, the things that went wrong in that relationship, because obviously a few things went wrong or you'd still be together, right? So the hurt of whatever that was needs to be able to start to heal in you so that the next person isn't having to cash the check that the last person wrote. So when we don't give ourselves space in between that, we are still fixing that relationship, but we're doing it with another person. And that other person is going to come with their own, his or her own stuff. So most of us only want to deal with, we've got enough stuff of our own. We don't want to have to deal with somebody else's stuff. I don't want to be responsible for how he or she betrayed you. I don't want to be responsible for how irresponsible they were financially, or the fact that you couldn't trust them, whatever that might have been. I don't want that to be my thing. So we've got to take some time, a little bit of time, and everybody's time frame looks a little different. Some folks actually need to sit down with a good coach or therapist to work through the feelings, because there are a lot of feelings. And y'all, let me tell you, there's nothing wrong with sitting down with somebody to work through that stuff. It's one of the healthiest things you could do for yourself. We spend money to get our hair done, to get our nails done, for the gym membership. We take care of our physical bodies, but then we don't take care of our emotional or mental bodies. We need to give ourselves the gift of healing, because it will serve you mentally, physically, emotionally. Healthy people on the inside are actually healthy people physically. So stress is one of the worst things you can do to the human body. There are so many medical conditions connected to that. So when we don't deal with our hurts emotionally, they come out in all kinds of other ways. So I want to make sure that my sisters and brothers out here are taking care of themselves so that they're in a good position to be a partner to somebody else, and to be able to recognize when somebody else is a good partner or not for them. So that time, I can't say that in 2 weeks, in 2 months, or in 2 years, but I can say that if you'll do the work, if you're not afraid to have the conversations, to recognize what's my thing in this, because you've got some stuff from a relationship that didn't work out. We got to talk through that stuff. We got to work through that stuff so that even if we can't fix it, we can at least be honest with our new partner that, let me tell you, I'm still working through this, and this. Let me tell you, this, and this is still a trigger for me, so I'm working on it. So be patient with me getting through this, because I went through this with my ex. When we've done the work, we can recognize those things. But if we haven't done the work, if our idea of getting over someone is getting under someone else, you're going to take that same trash into the next relationship, and you deserve better than that.
I know that stress is a huge thing. Yes. And it really interferes with our clarity, our processing, our experiences, because we're stressed. And then we're reading things a little differently than what it might not be if we weren't stressed. With that being said, in the season, the year, everybody is stressed. What about some of those relationships that are right at the edge and they can't tell, is it stress? So for some people, like a lot of people were talking to me and different friends about relationships, and they're just like, you don't make any moves in COVID. COVID is not the time to make moves. But I'm like, is the pandemic not the time to make moves because of the pandemic, or does the pandemic show you really
what's going on?
What's going on?
Right.
And how do you tell that, like...
And so the truth is that you can get a little of both, because the pandemic does, I was talking to a couple and I was saying that you will come out of this either bonded or broken. You know, like, so the pandemic has a way, it's almost like a collision. It's going to push you right into what it is that you're working with, right? And sometimes under that kind of pressure, people bond together and they find this thing that almost didn't even exist before. But it's a new cohesion that is created inside of that space. And partly because the busyness of our lives prior to the pandemic, for many people, allowed for that noise, the distraction from who we really are as a couple. And so when that faded for many people who are no longer working outside of the homes and the like, it allowed them to kind of see their partner again. So I know many couples that inside of COVID fell back in love with their partners that were falling out of love with their partners. Okay, so I can say that that collision could be a great thing and it could be a very traumatic thing, right? I also saw other couples that now that we don't have all this distraction, I realize I don't even like you, you know, because we're not busy enough to not notice how little we know each other anymore, or you know how different we have become as people anymore. So I don't have the distractions, and now we're really focused on each other, and the truth of who we are or who we've allowed ourselves to become is now more obvious. That it's not the storm around us that is the problem. It's the storm in us that becomes the problem. And if we can make sure that we could calm the storm in us, then the one around us will not be the destruction of the relationship. But when we haven't done our good work on the inside, then we can't handle it in here and out here at the same time. The human body is just not created for that. So I would say that, you know, to each their own, because there's no universal way to do anything, but take the time to step back as much as you can, to pay attention to, is this really a cry for greater togetherness, or is this the cry to make sure that we both understand that we need to be separate? You got to take the time to be able to do that, and it has to be intentional. That's not a passive thing. It doesn't just kind of happen. You literally have to say to your partner, we need to talk. We need to intentionally set time for us to talk, because coupling and uncoupling should be done thoughtfully, especially if there's a family involved inside of that. You know, so it's not a beautiful thing when it doesn't work out, but you can even do ugly things in pretty ways if you do them intentionally.
I love that. You can even do ugly things in pretty ways. We should have a quote board with this time next year quotes. We're saying that at the end of this episode. I got to remember it. I love it. Oh my gosh. Okay. Dr. Lyons, I know where to find you. Can you tell the people where to find you?
Alvean Lyons, ALVEANLYONS.com. And that connects you to everything.
I know you're sad because this is an amazing episode and you don't want this to be over, and it doesn't have to be. I mean, this episode has to be over, but just for this right now, we're coming back with sketches. So you don't go anywhere. It's the More Laughing in the Morning show. I'm Allison Moore. We'll be right back.
Black, please, coffee. How could I get you started?
Mr. Mac.
Dolores.
Mr. Mac.
Dolores.
Mac. Mr. Mac.
Jiminy Cricket, Dolores. Can I get you started or not?
Oh man, Mac, you're so rude, yo. Prune-faced buzzer. Yeah.
You was over there sounding like a parrot. Mr. Mac, can I get you started or not?
You know what I like. Give me what I like. You know what I like.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Mac. You took your medicine today?
Would you get out of my business, Dolores? I'm trying to enjoy my retirement job, part-time job, and you coming up here harassing me.
Ain't nobody harassing you, Mac. I'm just trying to keep you from dropping dead on your family so you won't traumatize them, you old buzzard.
But you mean, and that's why I don't want you.
No. You done went and gambled all our money in 78 at that old shot house. That's why I don't want you. I'm sorry, Mac. I'm sorry.
I think it's time you get on. Get on out of here, Dolores.
I think it's time too then, Mac. Fine. Put my steering wheel back on.
What you cooking for dinner?
What you want, Mac?
The usual.
Ah.
Dolores?
What, Mac? I gotta get on now. You told me to go on. What you want now, Mac?
You gonna get me started tonight?
Yeah, I'll get you started. I'ma get you started. I'll start that old breathing machine for you. Sleep apnea. I got you. I can't let you stop breathing. Don't want you to drop dead and traumatize your old family, you old buzzard.
Get out of here. I'm working the late shift. Hurry up.
You just better not be working with none of them old fluses. Mac, I ain't going through this no more.
I'll fix you another drink. We got a new ingredient called rat poison.
That's all right down there in that basement of your bedroom. I let a couple rats out myself.
I had enough of you.
I had more, but enough.
Get on out of here.
When you go get your medicine, stop by and get my pressure pills. That's the end of the show today. I am feeling energized and ready to take on the day. I hope you feel it too. Come on now, you gotta find something to celebrate. Don't forget, you gotta be kind to you. Celebrate you today, okay? Listen, very special thank you to our guest, Dr. Alvean Lyons, for stopping by. This time next year, we are leveled up. Growth mode, What did she say? Even if you're ugly, you can pretend to be pretty. No, that wasn't it? Okay. That's what I took on because I have some ugly days, y'all. But since I can still be pretty and do it well, I'm gonna do it. Listen, Grandma is hilarious. Did she? Or is it just me? Can you not say that your own character? Am I self-absorbed? I'm celebrating myself. That's what we do here. So remember, you got to come back next week, do your DVRs, follow us on social media, whatever the things you need to do. Tell your mama and them that we out here. We will see you on next week. Celebrate yourself over the weekend. Remember, Dr. Alvean Lyons, go get some relationship stuff going on. We can't be starving. And I'm going to see you. I'm still rambling because I love y'all so much. It's the More Laughter in the Morning Show. Toodles.
I don't know, guys. I can't remember how to go back over here to this. Oh, I do know. Oh, wait a minute. I think I do know. Whatever. All right, on my computer, I'm looking at this frozen screen. This is the thing about when you record it from home. The people in your house don't turn off their alarm clocks. Hold on, y'all. Can you turn off your alarm clock, please? These people hate me. So here on our segment, yesterday I started to talk about boxing. If you were here yesterday, thank you for coming back. Thank you for being a friend. You didn't answer that. Thank you for watching this series of suspense. I surprise myself every day, you know? I'm glad that you're back. I tried to talk about boxing yesterday. It didn't happen. Why didn't it happen, Allison? I'm glad you asked, studio audience. It did not happen because I forgot the man's name.
Welcome to the More Laughing in the Morning show, where fun, self-improvement, and comedy blends together for your morning cup. We're gonna work on that.